WTAJ News continues.
Good morning. A local fire company in Center County is looking for more than 25 volunteer firefighters in the midst of a shortage. The Alpha Volunteer Fire Company is having some problems recruiting and keeping extra volunteers, mainly because of the hours required to be a volunteer, conflict with part-time jobs, and to compete with that part-time job pay, the company is now offering a yearly stipend to all volunteers. Currently, the base pay for volunteers is $850 a year, which could rise to more than $1,000 if you put in the extra time.
The number of hours of training that they undergo at the firehouse all impacts the amount of stipend that firefighter will receive throughout the year. So it's incentivized for them to be at the firehouse, put time in at the firehouse, and serve the community.
The fire company hopes to gradually increase the stipend pay for firefighters each year to give taxpayers a chance to adjust while maintaining an income to attract volunteers. A festival kicks off this week in Cambria County. The 8th annual South Fork Heritage Day celebrates the borough's history. Starting Thursday, there's going to be food, wine tasting, live entertainment, and a movie night. New this year is a Civil War reenactment. The event's organizer is a South Fork native and says it's nice seeing everyone come together to celebrate.
I love to see the people that left the area come back and see their old friends and reminisce about their times in South Fork.
The festival runs from this Thursday through Saturday. For the grand finale, there's going to be a fireworks show Saturday night. Well, millions of people in the U.S. take blood thinners to prevent a clot and a possible stroke, but some wind up in the hospital due to a dangerous side effect. Now doctors are testing an investigational drug that may save lives with less risk. Our Charlotte Ames has more in today's Healthcast.
Mark Breslin had lots of adventures working as a mechanical engineer in China for 10 years.
Hong Kong and Shanghai.
But he didn't need the excitement of being rushed to the emergency room when he was back home.
I had an episode with pretty significant bleeding, GI bleeding.
Mark came to the emergency room feeling extremely weak, very lightheaded. He looked extremely pale.
Mark was taking blood thinners for an abnormal heart rhythm called atrial fibrillation. About 3 million people in the U.S. are on medicines called 10A inhibitors. These drugs help prevent stroke in patients, but they do pose a risk.
On a yearly basis of those 3 million, about 110,000 are having some sort of admission to a hospital for a bleeding event. There's a chance of death within 30 days with these acute medical illnesses.
Now doctors are testing a medication that reverses the effects of the new class of blood thinners.
The name of the drug is andexanet alpha. We would administer the medication through an IV infusion.
The antidote stops the bleeding within 2 to 5 minutes. Mark became part of the clinical trial the day he ended up in the ER.
It was truly a blessing that it was available.
Doctors say they've reversed the conditions of more than 200 patients nationwide.
The antidote is part of a clinical trial and is on the fast track for the approval by the Food and Drug Administration. You're going to find information on that clinical trial and study sites on wearecentralpa.com. Well, today we want to honor another dad during our annual Dad a Day contest. This is a picture of Dennis Sipes sent to us by his daughters Marissa and Mackenzie Holland. They say, quote, "There's nothing more special than a stepdad who deserves recognition for loving us like he does his own." And if you want to submit a picture of your dad, head on over to our website wearecentralpa.com and look on the contest page for the Dad of Day logo. Now we're going to head back out on the road in Clearfield County, where I'm sure everyone's happy they're inside because there's some rain in the forecast.
Hey Maggie, yeah, we are seeing some rain this morning, and we're live here at the DuBois Country Club and Comfort Suites. It's beautiful. It's nice to be inside this morning.
Beautiful
Yesterday we were outside, but this morning there's rain, so I'm glad that we are inside. And if we take a look at temperature trends for the rest of the week and into the weekend, going to start to feel like summer. Heat and humidity is on the way. So today, highs in the 80s, and then we'll stay in the lower to mid 80s as the week goes on. But by next Sunday and Monday, we're going to be nearing that 90-degree mark. So it is going to get sticky here in central Pennsylvania.
You know what I say? Hot, hot, hot.
Yes.
Exactly it. Thank you, Christy. Appreciate that. We are live at the DuBois Country Club and Comfort Suites.
Our on-the-road coverage live from Clearfield County continues in just a bit. Much more still to come.
Yes, and coming up in news, we're going to tell you where you should be able to find a place where people gather to socialize and to support each other. That's coming up.